What's going on, everybody? Welcome to Bird's Eye View. Yours truly, Will I Am in the building with Will. Bump City, what's going on, sir?
What's good, man? You doing all right?
I'm doing great, man. Hey, our other co-host, she can't be in. You know what I'm saying? She's under the weather and everything. Hope she's gonna
Yeah,
be. She'll be back with us. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
you with the beast. You ain't with the beauty and the beast. You with the beast today. Us too.
Right,
It is
right,
what
right,
it
right.
is.
I
So all you
get well,
gawkers,
meek, meek.
all you gawkers is just trying to. Hey, you got us. You got the Brutus tonight. It's
Yeah,
all good. It's all good, man.
right, right, right,
How,
right.
how, how was your weekend, man?
She'll be back. She'll be back.
She'll definitely be back. Actually, how was your weekend? And talk about something that you did today, man. And actually, I got something I'm gonna share with you, little Eddie. But go
Yeah,
ahead. What happened today, man? What was you
yeah,
able to
yeah, man. It's just been
go through?
beautiful, man. I worked at the, saying down at Shawnee High School. I worked the dance team jamboree. Shout out to Lynetta Grams, saying, who works with me at the school down there at King Elementary. She put on like a jamboree, a dance and step team,
Hmm.
jamboree for elementary, middle school, and high school kids. It turned out real great, man. So, shout out to those kids and those parents that most definitely came out and supported.
Hmm.
And, what I'm saying, to our little school, King, who, sponsored it. And, I'm just real proud of those
That's my
kids,
head
man.
start. That's my head start school. Yes,
Is
sir.
there you went to? Okay. Is there you
Yeah.
started out at?
Yes, yes,
Yeah, yeah,
sir.
yeah, man.
Me, Shannon
I was real
Cobb,
proud of those kids,
Angie
man.
Cunningham. Us three was
Okay.
there.
The
Yeah.
whole old male crew.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. Big time.
But yeah, they did a wonderful job, man. It's good seeing such positivity in those kids, man, and the parents that came out. And it's just
Yeah.
a beautiful thing, man. Everything worked out great.
Let me ask you this, my brother. Do they do this
hmm
yearly, or do they do it twice a year or something? Do you know?
She usually does it like most schools do it like we do it like little halftime dance at our basketball games. But as far as the jamboree, I know she
Yeah.
put it on last year, and I know this year it expanded, got a lot bigger. So so I think you rolled by and seen the crowd. It
Right.
was it was massive, man. It was a great crowd that came out and supported those kids.
Well, tell her next
So I
year,
think she's gonna be
man.
doing it yearly. Yeah, no
Okay. Tell
doubt.
tell her
I most
next year
definitely let y'all know next year.
she need to come on my show, the Will Show. She
Will do.
come
Will
on, Will
do.
Show.
It
We'll
will
talk
do.
about it. Pub it up a little bit, all that kind of good stuff.
Right.
So that's good,
Right.
man. I'm glad that people turn out to that because, like I said, that's where it starts. The youth. We got to go make sure the youth is
Right.
taken care of. So that's a blessing. All right, so let's go. Let's get in. Let's get into it. Let's get into it off the bat, man. The baseball season is among us. If you did not know, you should know. It is here, and Coach Donald McDonald's like, hey, it's time to get back to what we was doing. Had two impressive wins, top 15 wins in opening week. Did take one loss, but did his thing, man. He did his thing as a team, and I know everybody. We was talking about it before, like
Right.
the struggles that was happening and things like that. But very impressive for that. And that's one of the programs. I'm not gonna lie. That's one of the programs that I am eager to see. Because to me, I put them in that same I put them in the same caliber as Walls and Nola. You know what I'm saying? The
Yeah.
the
Yeah.
soccer
Scared of
coach.
the portal.
Yeah,
He was
not just
scared of the
that.
portal.
Well, let me go back. Being that successful coaches through
hmm
through their thing, but McDonald was like you said he wasn't utilizing from the average eye the portal as we thought, but now he did. So
Yeah.
we'll see what's going on because to me that's my background. That's the first sport I did. First sport I truly loved was baseball, and always had an eye on it. And then the past 2 years it's kind of dip a little
Yeah.
bit. I don't know. So definitely glad that he has embraced the portal now. I guess he's got some
Right.
fun. They got a new locker room that's I don't know if you've seen a video. It's tough. You know what I'm saying? Because he was complaining about that because
He
we
was
know
so
that
frustrated about that. Yeah.
because and look at you. He came from the SEC, right? So Ole Miss, I think it was, or something like that. That SEC money, football
It's
money is
different.
is funding everything.
Right.
So what's your take on it, man? The outlook and just the thought of the program anyway, as far as the baseball, my brother.
I'm glad they hit it back in the right direction. You know, it's a good win over was it Texas, I believe it was.
It was Texas
It was
and it
yeah,
was two of them. I think it was Arizona, or something like that too. So
yeah. But it's good to see him man embrace the portal because I know the last couple of years you had schools down the road like UK that had jumped in the portal and really utilized it
yeah, they did
and,
last year.
and ended up making the World Series last year. So it's good to see him embrace the portal, man, and be back to where we're accustomed to seeing the U of L baseball be like that. So
Very.
I'm real happy. I'm happy to see him winning again.
We need to. You can't. They beat Arizona. Let me see if they go ahead and allow me to pop up. I know they beat Arizona and Texas. I think it was the two teams. But just to go ahead and take care of business is what we need. I know we were
Right,
spoiled, you know what I'm saying? Because one of the programs that you didn't have to worry about, right? It's like we
right,
Gucci. We ain't got to worry about
yeah,
that. And that's to our fault, you know what I'm saying? Because they do pack a crowd and everything else, but you need to listen to the coach, but also you need to go ahead and embrace that change. And not everybody, I mean, we seeing coaches drop out all the time now
right.
because that
And
change is different.
and it's good, like you said, they got the new locker room. I know he was complaining last year when he was playing SEC schools. We go in their stadium and their locker rooms are looking better than the visitors' locker rooms, looking better than our home locker rooms.
Yeah, that's kind of bad
And
business.
so, yeah, so I'm glad that the school fixed that for him and I'm saying updates the stadium because we haven't had an update on it. I don't believe since George has been here.
Right, right, right. I
So
think
it's looking like everything's falling back in order.
and it's funny because how much can you update, right? Like for real.
Right.
Sometimes it's to a fault or where you put your stadium because we
Exactly.
all been by that block. It's so much you can.
Yeah,
It's limited. It's
it
really
is.
limited. You really
You got
probably
railroad tracks,
yeah.
which I think that yeah, you got all that behind the
Yeah.
stadium. So that's not much. And you go in these other
In the
stadiums and
corner.
they got parks and
In the
all of it
corner.
behind their stadium. Right.
You probably should have went ahead and knocked one of these. You remember how they added the stadium, the parking for the football
Yeah.
stadium. Like you should have probably took one of those or bought one of these lots and built a whole nother one
Yeah.
so it could cater to them and just build it how you need to. Because that block is limited. You can only go so
Very.
far.
Very.
You need to be careful what say what you sign
And
up
recruits
for.
look at and recruits look at that, man.
Yeah, without a doubt. So hey, wish them nothing but the best. Go ahead and continue to do what you got to do. Next up, bump. Next up, let's go. Let's get into some women basketball. They split the Carolinas. They beat 11th ranked Duke, and then they lose today to North Carolina. Let's go. We'll get into the Duke game, which was very very impressive because first of all,
Yeah.
beating the number 11 team at their school, I mean, at their home court was very impressive with Louisville to do that, especially when you know that, Louisville was struggling, 9 new members, whatever you want to say, all that kind of good stuff like that. But Jeff Walls is still top 5 coach. So, just do what he says,
Yeah.
buy in. We talked about this show. We talked about it on the show so many times. Buying in. What's that look like? That means that defense. He's defense oriented, and that's kind of killing him that they haven't bought into it. So when they've been on this run, they bought into it. Let's play some defense and all this. And this was the perfect storm to me, Bump City, because
Right.
Duke's offense is horrible. They
Yeah.
play defense. Remind me of some other team, St. John's. They play defense. You know
We
what I'm
can't
saying?
score.
They can't really
Right.
score that much. So you display hold water, do what you got to do. But very impressive for them to get this road win. Curry's been like, first of all, Louisville has some elite guards, man. I mean, you talking about Curry had 24, Roberts had 11, Williams had 13. They carried us. The guard play carried,
Right.
and Miss Russell played her ass off the last 4 or 5 minutes in the game that
Yeah.
made
She
a
did.
difference.
She came. Yeah.
You're only going to see her blessed with 2 points, but she did that big 2 points, and she's playing
Rebounded.
defense
Yeah.
and rebounded. Very impressive, man. What was your thoughts on the? We'll do the Duke game, and then we'll go into the North Carolina.
What was impressed about that, man? I don't believe Duke. Me and our women's had lost at home until we beat the women's team.
At all, at all. You're right.
Right, having lost at home. So that was more impressive than anything to me is going down there in North Carolina. I mean, yeah, in North Carolina down there in
Mm-hmm.
Chapel Hill, and not Chapel Hill, but Cameron,
Cameron. Mm-hmm.
and beating them, and beating a team like Duke that was what, 11. That was a great win, a great resume win for us.
Yes, needed it. Needed it.
Bad, quiet one win.
Yeah. And the thing about it is because they started off sluggish, lost to Oklahoma or different team, got blown out by Connecticut, lost to UCLA. NC State came and just undressed us
Right.
on national TV. Like
Yeah.
they don't think that we know they tough because they had a hell of a win
Beat
today and double
against Notre
overtime
Dame.
against Notre Dame.
Right.
Straight ballers, man. I ain't gonna lie, Bump City. I enjoyed watching that game today.
Is that right?
Oh man, it was action packed. Hidalgo versus was it Zoe, who they used to
Yeah.
be on teams and they were growing up and they was opposite and oh man, it was high level competition. Love it.
Right.
But for them to do that, take care of business. Let's go ahead and move forward right now until today's game. Now I know you was busy taking care of business, so I'll
Right.
go ahead and really break this down. Louisville, man, had control of the game. Had control from first quarter to halftime, and third quarter too. Right? You only lost 1 point. Like basically, you was up by 6 points at halftime, 6 points at first quarter, 6 points at halftime. At the end of the third quarter, he was up by 5 points and couldn't hold water. I
You gotta
don't
learn how
know,
to
my
hold a
brother.
lead.
I don't know. As I'm watching this and I look, um, you, North Carolina had key starter out. They had some foul troubles. Their bench wasn't deep. I just think that I don't know, man. I sometimes I just think that we go inside a little bit too much because we keep on seeing the same. I get it. I understand. Louisville had six players in double figures, so it's not it didn't work. The defense didn't work
Defense,
because
yeah.
you knew they had to rely on the outside shot, and I think North Carolina hit like 6 3 pointers or something like that at halftime. Ended up 10 for 22. So you're not cutting off the
Yeah.
water, and they could not bump. They could not stop the drive in the second half. The whole game plan was get into the paint, take Taj or whoever off the bounce and get to the hole, and that's what they was doing. That's how they got in there.
Mm.
They got to the free throw line more. They did what they had to do as far as them. I mean, Louisville shot more free throws, but in that second half, they got their game plan, take them off the bounce, get fouled, do what we got to do, or layup. A lot of time it wasn't even a foul bump. It was just a layup. They was going and we
Mm.
couldn't stop. And that's one of the things that troubles. We have no shot blockers.
At all.
None.
And we've been saying this for how many years now?
For a while, bro. Since Vale,
Yeah.
probably since
Yeah.
Sharon Vale, who was 6'5"
Yeah.
blocks. We ain't no shot blockers, man. You gotta
But
have
you know,
somebody do that. Go ahead, bump.
it sounds like North Carolina, which, like you said, I wasn't able to see the game, but people was calling me with updates, and then me and you was texting back and forth about the game. It seemed like North Carolina made adjustments, and seemed like we kind of got stuck doing the same thing. But even when I was following on ESPN, they said that it was still tied up, I believe, with like 30 something
Oh yeah,
seconds.
oh
And we had a chance to win, I believe, after they had scored. We still had the chance to hit a three or tie the game in overtime.
yeah.
So,
Let me ask you this, bump. What's the rule? I mean, first of all, we was tied up, and I get it. We shot a three. We
you go
was
to the
down.
cup.
We was down by two, right? You down by
Right.
two. You play for the tie at
You
home.
play for the tie. You put it on the referees and go to the cup and make them call the
Make
foul.
him call the play, man.
Yeah.
And it was it was a beautiful play. You know what I'm saying? It was like a fade play to Carey, hey, hats off to Carey. She's got her 1,500 points combined with
Oh,
Louisville. I think it's California or wherever she was at before. Straight baller. She really has turned stuff around. But
yeah.
go to the hole. She shot a
Yeah, go
three.
to the
It
cup.
was kind of the girl came on the side view, so whatever. But she
Right.
missed it. But I'm like, go to the cup, man. Go to the cup.
Yeah. Yeah.
She should have shot it. Not a problem. If not
Right.
her, then Taj. Go ahead, man. Williams, man. When we was up by 4 or 5, and I hate to put it on people, but Williams, man, had like 2 to 3 straight turnovers.
Mm.
back to back to back. You can't do that, man. You got
You
to play
can't,
winning
but
ball.
she's been consistent the whole year. So, I mean, I'm not gonna say nothing to her,
But
but a
you
lot of
got
times when you play,
give the
go
ball
ahead.
up. My thing is this, like,
Yeah,
get
yeah,
the, because this game for her, and I would say this, and she had a hell of a man. She got a play that you got to check the. I know they have it on Sports Center, a hell of a reverse layup. I mean, whatever like that. But as a coach, man, 4 turnovers is too much for her and Curry. But go ahead, Bump. What was you gonna say?
a lot of times when you tied at the end of the game, our team's up at two, you in a row. A lot of coaches will go for the win instead of the overtime.
Yeah,
But like you said, if they was in foul trouble, I might have went on and went for the overtime.
at
The
home,
fish.
at
Yeah,
home, yeah.
right.
And it was 10.
Yeah,
It was like 9.4. Like I text you, it was 9.4 seconds. Let her go. And the thing about it was a risky play because they started on one side, threw the ball on the other side, and they gave it to her come off a screen. But I mean, she could have pump fake and did. But anyway,
yeah.
I rather lose with her taking it. Not gonna lie,
Truly,
big
truly.
time. Don D, what's up, Brooks? We gave the game up. Olivia, what did you come back for? Ooh. But
Ooh, that was hard.
you must have something that mile wide in you.
Hey,
Something.
I've
Damn.
been ta- I've been talking to my I've been talking to my father. One been talking to Big Bump.
Big bump, big bump. But no,
Yeah,
man, like I said, when you look at the stats, and hats off to Russell. Look good, bump. I mean, this is
yeah,
why you wanted her to come back. She had
right.
13 off the bench, was hit a couple of threes. Actually, let me see. She was 2 for 4 3 pointers, 4 for 9. She was active. Came in there, did what she had to do. That's what senior leadership is about.
That's what she's
Uh,
supposed to do.
supposed to do. Cochran 11 and 10. But to me, I guess she was 3 for 10 from the field. But I guess I just want more. You know what I'm saying? Like to
Yeah,
me,
from a fifth year senior.
like I told you off air, it's like I expect 18 and 8 from her at least.
Yeah,
I don't,
right.
I don't get it. I don't get it. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like that. But hey, hats off to North Carolina. Good win for them. They're the only Division 1 team that has not lost on the road.
Wow, that's saying a lot.
Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Like we left one on the table because that
Left
would have
on the
been a
table,
great
brother.
win for us.
Great win.
Yeah,
That had capped off. That'll let me know that okay, we're ready to rock and
yeah,
roll because you started. I think it was like 1-5 against ranked teams, and then you was 4-1. Now you're 4-2. So
yeah.
yeah, hey, it is what it is. Jeff will get them together. I mean, we love Jeff. Coach Walls is that
Right.
guy. He's that guy. He know what he's doing, big time. Plus, you wanted to get that 20 win. Now you're 19 and 8. Let me see real quick bump. The next game, you got Clemson coming in town on Thursday. You should go ahead and smack living fire out of them.
Yeah.
It is what it is. Let's go to the next one real quick. Let's what we got here. All right, we jumping right into the men's basketball game. This right here, Louisville 75, Notre Dame 60. This is funny to me, and I'll tell you why it's funny in a little bit. This right here, Louisville. This was straight business. No play around, no joking. Let's go into South Bend. We said it on the show that we know this is a tough environment to play in. Always it give us trouble, even though we done had top 5 ranked team, top 10 ranked
Right.
team. Always gave us a little problem with that. Louisville, Notre Dame started out. They was in the game. They actually had the lead. Louisville went ahead and took control of it methodically. You know what I'm saying? It wasn't
Right.
like overwhelming, but also you look up a couple of shots hit. You do what you got to do. We got it. In this particular game, let's see. In this particular game, you had 5 double figure scores. So all the starters scored in double figures. Everybody contribute. Scott 10, Rain Smith 12, Hadley 10, Edwards 14, Chucky 16 and 6. They took care of business. What was your thoughts when on this game, man, with Notre Dame?
Get in and get out. Do what you're supposed to do and
Stay
come right
healthy.
back. I'm like you said, a business trip. You knew you was more talented than they was. You know what I'm saying? More. You know what I'm saying? You more. Not almost. I guess more experienced. They're a young team, I believe. But
Mm-hmm.
you did went South Bend and went up there and did what you're supposed to do. But like you said, Notre Dame always plays us tough up there, and so it was good to see the guys go up there and handle business. It was a hostile crowd in the beginning. We kind of took him out of the game.
Took him out.
So it's good to see him just go up there and do what they're supposed to do and come back home with the W.
If you have not seen Shrewsbury, now Bump told you
Yeah,
guys last week about Shrewsbury. He was
yeah.
impressed with him, good coach. I said, dude had the best meltdown I have seen in
He
a
did
long,
a long
long
time.
time.
And you know what's crazy about that? I thought they had a nice crowd. I know once it filtered out and the game was over, people left, and you heard the cards cheer or whatever. But I
Yeah,
thought at the beginning of the game they had a great crowd.
bro. It was, and you know how you just stretch the truth, and he stretched the truth. It wasn't more Louisville fans
No,
up on it,
no, not at
but
all, not at all.
but I think it was probably more than what he expected it was going to. A lot of people don't bring a
Right,
lot of fans up in Notre Dame and stuff like
right.
that. I think it kind of messed him up that we had a big following. When Louisville is back on, get used to
Oh my
that
goodness.
ACC.
Oh
We
my
come from
goodness.
we go every
Yeah,
game. We do what we got to do. But he had
right.
the best meltdown. And he basically was like, "I can't believe I'm basically." I
Write
can't.
the date down. That's what got me. He said, write
Oh,
the date down.
he said, man, when he said that they had more fans than us, I know y'all
Yeah,
don't believe in me, and I don't care about that. Believe me, write the date down. We will be
yeah,
back. You heard it from me.
yeah,
Support these kids. Y'all don't got to worry about me. Y'all ain't got to worry about. And I was like, okay. Then all of a sudden, he's like, I don't care what y'all say or what y'all thinking. Through the mic, I said, Lord have mercy.
And you know when you show your emotions like that with a crowd, and you know what I'm saying, you gotta be appreciative of the ones that did come.
Yes.
Because we had plenty of games to where our stadium you could hear
Oh
crickets in there
Lord,
the last two
Lord.
years.
Last 2 years. Last two
But
years.
people love a winner. That's the
Yeah, they
bottom
do.
line. If we was losing this year, but long as we competitive, long as you're competitive and you're putting on a good product
If
on
you
the
can
floor,
see
nobody.
something, Bump. If you
Yeah,
can see something.
right. If I could see, hey, these guys out here trying, they diving on the floor.
Yes.
But
Yes.
when your guys aren't playing like ours wasn't last year, and
Bro.
just people's not gonna put the money on a weeknight,
Oh
or
no.
you know what I'm saying, waste a weekend away to come see an
It was
inferior
so
product on the floor.
it was so many free tickets the past 2 years. It's
Oh
not
my
even funny.
goodness,
I'm gonna tell you
man.
this is the funny thing. That was funny. We all know that. So what you did was say, mark my word, you better promise. So the
People are gonna hold them to that.
next game, they
They
played
got get blasted. I seen that game.
FCU beat the stuffers out of them.
Yeah, at Notre
Beat
Dame.
Yeah, yeah. So yeah. So you talk,
Yeah,
but I would say this: we did a crisis check on him, a mental health check on him. They beat Pittsburgh
they
yesterday,
did.
so
Great victory for them.
so I'm pretty sure I'm gonna have to after this show. I'm gonna go ahead and search for his press conference because I know he was talking mad shit.
Yeah,
I know
he
he
had a right to
was.
be after that Pittsburgh game. Pittsburgh's tough,
They were tough.
right?
I don't see him tough no more, Bump. I don't see him tough no
Okay.
more. And the only reason I'm saying it because they have lost so many games. Like they done lost 3 of the last 4, whatever. Pittsburgh, like Louisville cannot afford, and we're going to go to yesterday's game, but they cannot afford to slip up with them because Pittsburgh. Remember, they was up there with us. They're now
Yeah.
they're now 7-9 in the league.
Oh wow.
Yeah. My guy gone. He gone.
Oh, Cable.
Yeah, he
Yeah,
gone.
yeah,
They
yeah.
tired
He's
of it.
gone.
They tired of
Yeah.
it. They
He had
tired
that
of it.
one good season when the portal first jumped out. He had that one good season because he was on the hot seat, I believe, before that game, before that
Oh
season.
yeah, yeah.
He was on his way out, and he went in the portal, and even Bayham. Remember, if I'm correct, Bayham said they had the best team money could buy at the time.
Yeah, he did. Yeah,
Yeah, and he ended up coming out and apologizing, but that was true. What he spoke on was true.
because they turned around so quick. Like
Right.
they had some ballers big time. So
Yeah.
So hey, Shrewsbury, I love you, brother. I love you.
Yeah.
If
Hang it up,
nobody
brother.
if nobody else love you, I love you.
Hey, what's I about to say? You could be Syracuse's coach.
Lord Jesus, Lord, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
That
gonna be.
brother's on
It's
his
gonna.
way out, man.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
brother's on his way out.
Archie might get one more, man. Being a
You
former
think they're gonna
player.
get one more?
But
You're a former player.
I'm gonna say this. his shit is better than Kenny Payne's past 2 years.
That's not saying much, man. That's
I
not
know it's
saying
not saying
much.
much. I know it's not saying much. I know it's not saying because he's this is this his third year?
I believe it's his second year. I believe.
Okay, so you okay. Yeah, they
Is it? Cause
five
when did Bay have retired? Is the second?
it is his
He's
second
been
year.
gone to yeah, yeah,
It is second. They 5-11. So yeah,
yeah,
he could be. Yeah, I get you. They ain't
yeah,
saying much. Yeah, we off with the loser tips. Louisville played
yeah,
Florida State yesterday. Newly minted 25th ranked team in the
yeah.
country. Handled business 89-81. The Florida State beat Leonard Hamilton's team, which you already know. First of all, uh, if Florida State was in the Big East, they probably be in first place
Yeah.
because they're gonna hand check you, they're gonna bump you, they're gonna do whatever. And I get it, I love it. You know what I'm saying? Because that's what we experienced that. But they
Right,
they need to get back to the Big East or the Big East and let them bang because no matter what, if because it's the old Patino way, the
right,
referee's gonna get tired calling fouls. If you got a deep bench, let's rock and roll. Louisville came out, took care of business that first half, got a little shaky in the second half, which we talked about that before. Um, we had Rain Smith, who was had the flu, battling the flu the whole week. Which, if I'd have known that, I would not have took him with FanDuel over
right,
15, and I would have won some big money if I didn't do that.
right.
But I didn't know. That's okay. That's life. You learn from it. But took care of business. Very impressive with it, man. They just keep moving on, and they're going to be favored at all the games. And this is part two, right? You playing a team for the second time. It's not going to be easy as it was the first time, right?
Right,
So
right.
they know what you do. This first time, got a new coach. How can we stop this and rock and roll? But man, I'm so glad Leonard's gone because I don't know where
Yeah,
he's getting all these. It's like a robots, man. He get the 7 foot, 7'2",
yeah.
6'10", whatever length like a mom. And what was your thoughts on the Louisville victory against Florida State, my brother?
Hey, a gritty win, man, because Florida State's physical. And it was a tell of two halves, man, because I thought we was gonna run away with it in the first half.
Right.
And then they came out and made their adjustments. And you know what I'm saying? Like you said, we had been sick. So I think our legs kind of got away from us in the second half and we couldn't hit nothing. But it's a gritty win, man, because they was out there fouling the shit out of us. You know what I'm saying? Man, ball hit a referee, man. That joker didn't want to call nothing for us, man. But man, it was a good gritty win, man. You know what I'm saying? You take a win like that at home. We won by what? 8 points?
8 points. Eight
8 points,
points.
which, a win like that, I'll take it any day because, like you said, it shows we can also play physical. We
Right.
could, you know, what I'm saying we can stand up to the physicality of the game that they brought with them the other day. So
Talk about
it was a
Haley,
good
man.
win.
Talk about Haley, man.
Oh man,
Talk
you
about
can't
Haley.
say enough about the kid, man. He's a quiet assassin, is what I call him. Because you look up, man, and he's the lead scorer with 17 points. You're like, man, how did that happen? But you know what I'm saying? For him to go in there against Giants,
Every night.
undersized, every night, man, is he 6'5" or what? Six
Six
four, six
five,
five,
6'5", 6'6",
six five,
6'5". Let's
six
say
five,
six
six
five.
six,
Yeah.
and he's throwing jump hooks, man, over 6'11" guys.
Yeah.
I mean, actually fit backing them down, being physical with them, and overpowering them.
Right.
So man, that kid, I'm hoping he comes back next year because he's a beast, man. He's a
Yeah.
true beast. The definition of a beast is Hadley, man. And I just
And,
love it because he's undersized and he plays with so much heart and he's just quiet with it.
and he knows his role. But
Yeah,
the most important thing is his teammates know his role. So they make sure when there's a mouse in the house, we going to
yeah,
him. Or if he's calling for, he'll bring a big out. He'll
yeah.
take you to he is so impressive, man. It's so easy to go ahead, and that's why on our page I went ahead and put Hadley's picture because
Yeah,
we're gonna talk about Chucky. Chucky does what he does. Chucky is that guy. We know that. But Hadley, my gosh, man, it's so many unappreciated players,
oh
and
my
we do
goodness.
appreciate them. But you
Yeah,
always go with the ones who's throwing the numbers, and we know Chucky is that dude. But
oh,
we
without
but,
question.
but we have a lot of dudes on the team that doesn't get the limelight like they need to. And man, Hadley, man, you talking about
He's
ice
the Swiss
bath,
Army knife, man. He's hitting threes and
everything.
Yeah, everything. He does it all.
And
I
his
see. Bring the ball up court. He does it all.
one of the best things. You always want to look for a silver lining bump, right? And I wish Corin Johnson was playing. I wish Casey
Prior.
Pryor was playing. But what we would have got to see the
No,
the the
probably not.
Hadley edition. I think a lot of those would have been catered to like it was beginning of the season
Yeah.
to Casey.
Right.
And Hadley would probably get you 8-4. You know what I'm saying? 8-6, something like that or whatever. But I do
But you know
say,
what?
go ahead.
It's could be a blessing in disguise
Big time.
because if he comes back next year, he has to be a focal point.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, he
Hell yeah.
has to be a focal point.
And you and I talked, and Mika J, what's up, Mika J?
Make
We,
me.
we we talk about it all the time. When you bring in all this fluctuation with talent, and you keep a lot of the talent with you, like it's so many options. Like you can see Kaysen at the center sometimes. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like you'll see a whole bunch of. We're talking about who's going to be the four. Somebody got to move. If Hadley come back, you can't go away from that. You know what I'm
Right.
saying? Like
Right.
he's gonna be out there. He's a mismatch, big time. Very impressive, man. Very impressive. Chucky Hadley, man. Hey, I mean Chucky Hadburn. Let's get into this, man. Dude, and it's so crazy because when you look at his stats, he had 29 points. He was 17 for 19 free throws, 5 for 13, which is not bad field goals, 2 for 8 3-pointers, 3 rebounds, had 5 steals, only 2 assists. This is the first time he has not had 4 or more, and he had 5 turnovers. But dude is hit time after time, clutch shot. Dude, I'm gonna say this, and this is not even. This is something I'm doing ever here. Dude's gonna go down as one of the best point guards Louisville had in one year,
Without question.
and that's not
Without question.
and that's not taking shots of the pass. Dude is
Right.
different. Dude
He
is
is.
different. Big time.
Him and I think the guy transfer that we got in a couple years ago
Oh,
that's big
Carly Jones. Carly
Carling
Jones.
Jones. Those two he comes to mind. But
Mm-hmm.
what Chucky does, man, for this team, he does everything. You just feel a sense of ease when he's in the game
Yes.
because he handles the ball so good. He passes, he makes the right decisions, and like common to say, you can't speed him up.
You can't speed him up.
You can't. No, you can't, man.
You
He's just
can't.
he's a calm presence out there on the floor when he's out there.
Yeah.
And he does so much for us as far as ball handling and getting us in the sets.
Let me
I just hate that we only got him 1 year.
1 year, and you hit out of the park because Carly Jones loved watching this dude. He was another one you couldn't speed up,
Yeah,
but
right.
to me, Carly probably had more talent around him. You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying? You know what
yeah,
I'm saying?
yeah.
Overall, let's say this. But
Right.
but when you look at Chucky, man, the calming that he brings, it also comes for defense because you know that he's a
He's
menace
gonna
to
he's gonna
society.
he is. He
He's
is.
a menace, and that's how he got his third foul or fourth or whatever it was, fourth foul, whatever, because he can't let shit go.
He
That's
can't.
not in his. That's not in his. You know what I'm saying? His makeup, right? But he's so impressive, man. And goodness gracious, and I hate because I would love to have, even though we got some dudes coming in, and hopefully we can keep coring. But Chucky, hey, dude's gonna be on somebody's roster in
Yeah.
the NBA,
You can't
bro.
you can't say enough about him, man. He really proved himself this year.
Yeah. And I'm glad that the Naismith put him on the mid-season, which we damn near over season, but the award because dude, I mean, come on, bro, it's not 5 better point guards than him. I'm sorry,
I know it's not none in the ACC.
I don't know if it's in the country though.
Right.
I mean, let's be real.
Yeah.
Dude affects the game offense and defensively. A lot
Right.
of lot of them don't. A lot of them don't do both. Well, I saw one today against Indiana, Braden Smith, who they was all on for Purdue.
Yeah. Didn't look good.
Man, Purdue was up by 13, 14, 15 points at halftime, and Indiana whooped their ass in the second half.
Oh wow.
And he set the guy that we was going for that committed to Duke, Majibi or whatever, and Omar. They
Right.
was sitting on the bench, dude. The first 10 minutes of
Wow.
the second half, like and they come on. A lot of teams are counterfeit, bro. A lot of
Oh
teams are
yeah.
counterfeit.
It's
let's
not no
keep it
dominant
real.
team out there this year for
No,
sure.
it's not. And we talked about it. It's not. What percent do you give Pat Kelsey, Coach Kelsey, to win the National Coach of the Year? And I'm gonna say this. Hold on. I'm gonna preface this for
Hmm.
the people watching this. There's a lot of great competition. So we're talking about national. We're talking about ACC, and even in the ACC, Schreier, so for Duke to lead them to basically get ready to be undefeated. I mean, they lost one. They lost one. I'm sorry, but to win that with that talent, with young team doing it versus Portal, you can't look past that. You got other coaches in the country. Bruce Pearl, who's navigating through the SEC, rocking and rolling. You got the old man River, Rick Pitino doing shit that we ain't seen since Lou Costasina. Lou with the sweater. It's
Right.
all kinds of stuff like that. But what percentage do you give him, man? What's your thoughts?
When I looked at, man, I think it's 50-50. It's between him and my man from Michigan.
Mm, Dusty.
Mich, yeah, they had I think last year they was like
They was
5-20
like
something
us.
last year.
Yeah, they
They
was
was like
horrible.
we were,
Yeah.
and he's turned it around this year like we have. So I think you got to give one of those two guys. I mean, I would give a slight edge to PK because the past 2 years we won what 12 games,
12 games. 12 games.
12 games, something like 12-50 something in the last 2 years. So what he's done this year on the fly is outstanding.
Yeah.
So I would give it to PK. I know I'm a little biased, but I would give it to PK because
Just a little.
Michigan hasn't been down as long as we have.
Just a little.
Right, just a little. So I would say 51%. I think he's over the edge just by a percentage point over Michigan's coach.
Yeah, I'm a roll with you. I like the 50 just because it's the field. You got Bruce Pearl, like I said. You got Rick Pitino doing his things. Dusty, and you hit it out of the park. Dusty, Duke's coach. You got a
Yeah,
lot of coaches up there doing taking care of business. BYU's coach, new coach, who's
yeah,
rocking it. Got big wins. Got better wins than Mark Pope had when he was at BYU. You know what I'm saying? That kind of stuff like that.
right.
Uh, it is what it is, and but I'm with you because Juwan Howard kind of walked himself out of that damn door.
He
He
did.
kind of walked
He did.
because even though that
He
bad last year and he had a lot of ailments that was going on, illness and stuff, but yeah, it's like he didn't want that job no more. You know what I'm saying? Like this
Man,
is
when
too
you
much
trying to
for
start
me.
beating up other coaches, man, when you start trying to beat up
Yeah,
other coaches,
yeah, you can't do that.
yeah, it's like you was tired of it, man. Just
Yeah,
go ahead
yeah.
and resign, brother. You ain't gotta try to fight the
They say
coaches
you ain't got to do
on
that.
the squad. You ain't gotta do that, man. You don't have to fight other coaches, man, on the sideline and have teams. Michigan's not going for that, man. Upper boardroom, like, man, go ahead and let them
Go
go,
ahead,
man.
bro. Go ahead, go
We
back to the
we
NBA.
appreciate what you did for the 5-5, man. Going back to the
Go
NBA
back
and
to
be
the NBA,
assistant
bro.
somewhere.
Go ahead. Do what you gotta do. Quit all
Yeah,
that bullshit. The rock and roll. But now I'm with
yeah,
you. I like that. Um, it is hard, because when you watch some of these games, when you still don't see the highlights of Louisville game.
right.
You know what I'm saying? Top 25. Usually top 25. That means you're gonna get the highlights on ESPN and all that. You still don't.
Yeah,
And it's like, okay, that's cool. I mean, it is what it is because as Kelsey continue to build and do whatever, we'll see. We'll
we'll get the
see.
respect back.
Yeah, yeah. That's why that March run is gonna be very important. Very important.
Exactly.
Hey, old school. Mika J, if you watch this, you better put a comment. BJ Flynn or
What did she? What
Cal
she get?
Kuric. No, I just said it. I just said it. Yeah.
Uh,
This is a classic for all you real Cardinal fans. BJ Flynn or Cal Kuric. Cal's corner. What you got, Bump?
hmm Two different players, man. Two
Mm-hmm.
totally different players. BJ was more of a hustler. He's gonna dive on the floor 50 times. Cal was an athlete and a shooter. So when I looked at this man, I had to go with my man Cal.
Oh,
I
Cal's
had to go with my
corner.
Cal man. I think Cal's corner man. I think Cal's more of a pure player than
Mm-hmm.
BJ. I love BJ. Don't get me wrong. I love BJ's hustle and everything that he brought to us. But he was more of a scrapper and Cal kind of was there. Like you said, you get him in that corner, it's a wrap.
Right. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I'm
So I had to go. I'm usually
uh,
both of them old school,
I,
but
old school,
I had to go
but
with Cal, man.
I'm a ride with BJ, man, because BJ was an era
Okay.
that it was he played with the Dewan and them, you know what I'm saying, and that era,
Yeah.
yeah. We'll see. The thing about it with the era is that people don't realize if Dewan wasn't a part of that era, what would Louisville basketball look like? Because this was on the down
Oh
spiral.
man,
I mean, the 1 week saved
it was.
him and Alvin
Hey,
Simmons and all them. They saved a lot of that before it really got really bad.
it did, man. I'm gonna tell you something that Dave. He
Go
always
ahead,
calls
yeah.
me. He watches games on YouTube. If you want to see a game that shows the importance of wheat, go back and watch a UCLA game in
Oh,
Poly Pavilion
oh yeah.
where Samaki wasn't playing.
Right.
Some like a couple of them wasn't playing. And I think we had Damon Dantzler, Wheat. I feel
Kaiser,
like BJ
Brian
Flynn,
Kaiser.
Brian Kaiser was on that team, and they beat a team that had won the championship previous year. That had brought everybody back with the O'Bannon brothers, Toby Bailey, and I forgot who was else on the team, but we took them in at a Poly Pavilion, and put on a show that game.
Oh yeah.
So if you ever get time, man, go back and watch a game against UCLA. I forgot which year. I want to say 95, 96 year, to where we was short because Samaki had been out far as the NCAA, and we went there with
Man,
Damon
hey,
Dantzler, Wheat, and like you
this
said, the other ones
hey,
won it.
quit trying to steal it. I know you play football with the one. Quit
Uh-huh.
trying to steal the shit. Anyway,
That's
BJ
my boy,
Flynn.
man.
I already know. I'm going
Uh-huh.
with BJ Flynn because the grit. Like, dude, like he was just a player, dude. Like, his daddy played. Mike Flynn played
Hmm.
at Kentucky.
Yeah,
He was from
Indian.
New
Was it
Albany,
Kentucky? Yeah, Kentucky.
Kentucky. He's from New
Right.
Albany. Came and he transferred in, and he was that ultimate glue guy that could hit some threes. He was going, like you said, going to the lane, getting fouled, doing whatever Louisville Denny Crum needed. This was rock and roll with it. He was that guy. I mean, and like I said, we're talking about two different. Really, you can even say two different eras as far as with coaches. The end of the
Yeah,
era with Denny and the uprise with Patino and stuff like
Patino.
that. Cal Kuric, corner things like that. I just think BJ to me came in more ready. Cal Kuric, we heard stories about it, but his junior senior year, he really took off. He really took off with it in that
Right.
system. Everybody knows the Notre Dame dunk. Everybody knows the Syracuse dunk, the 3 points and stuff like that. But I'm gonna ride with it. You can't go wrong with, like you said, two different styles because BJ was more of a point. You know what I'm saying? The combo guard
Yeah.
with it. Cal Kuric was an athlete out there that was doing stuff. But
Yeah.
hats off to both of them. Big time players. We love it. All
That was
right, man.
Cal who put on that show in the last game, right quick. That was
Mm-hmm.
Cal put on that show in Freedom Hall last game. Yeah.
Yeah, the last
Yeah.
game. Yeah, he did his thing. He was rocking and rolling. We beat the stuffings out of Syracuse. Lord Jesus. ACC tournament. Duke or the field. Woo!
I'm gonna go with the field. I'm gonna go with Duke's playing some great ball right now. Duke is
Right,
playing with some great ball right now,
right.
and they busted Illinois. Yeah, I watched them against Illinois yesterday, and it just, oh my
Stupid.
god, I
Stupid.
wasn't expecting that. They killed them. So man, but still just any given night, I'm gonna go with the field because anybody can be beat. I know Duke's shown dominance over the ACC, which I know is down,
Right.
but I'm gonna take the field on this one. I'm gonna take the field.
No, I'm with you. I'm going with the field. It's so hard. I mean, the favorite because you got to think somebody might get hot. Duke, I think the
Yeah,
problem is everybody thinks that Duke is so head over heels better than everybody in the ACC. Well, if that's the case,
they're
they would
not.
have beat Clemson at home. I mean, at Clemson, and they
Yeah,
didn't. They didn't. So I'm with you. Granted it's going to be in North Carolina? How come this can't be in D.C. or being because there was from D.C., New York, whatever rotating. Well, this is in Greensboro, probably. I think it is, and Duke's probably definitely going to have a lot of fans like everybody else. But I
right.
gambling person, you got to take the field. You gotta take the field.
You got to.
You gotta take the field. I mean, you know, hell, Duke might get in the NCAA tournament and get bounced out in the second round. You just never know.
First round. You're right. They
You just
young
never
team. They
know.
never played in the tournament.
You never know. Big time. Man, we when we saw this, right?
Right.
Khalifa, that body transformation that this dude did, has Coach Foy. Hats off to you, Coach, because dude came in looking like he belongs on the Wheel Show or some shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like he was, like he wasn't a basketball player. Dude looks he's cut now, and you're gonna need that because
Yeah.
competition is coming to the Ville, and you do not want to be one of them dudes. I can't stay on the court because I'm not in shape. I can't do what I gotta do. But hats off to the coach, Coach Foyle, and Leah. Hey, Aly Khalifa. Hey, you did your thing, man. Bummer, you saw that picture. What was you thinking, brother?
I'm tell you what I did. I went and looked at his old games when he was with BYU and found out, man, he's more than an inside presence. He steps outside and shoots the three,
Mm-hmm.
and he passes like no other that I've seen. So with the body transformation, man, he can write his own ticket because he could play outside, he could play inside, he could pass. So that's really going to help us next year, man, with the physical presence down low and with his basketball IQ. But as far as just the transformation that we're talking about, man, it was amazing. I have went out and when somebody sent it to me, I think it's you or my dad sent me the him on X and it
X.
showed me the
Mm-hmm.
before and after. And it was amazing, man. It was amazing that the work he's putting in. You would think, you know what I'm saying? I was thinking, well, hell, he's just sitting over here on this bench and not
Right.
doing
Like,
nothing,
yeah.
shooting
That's
along.
that leg.
But
Yeah.
he's actually putting in the work. He's putting in the work, man. And you know what I'm saying? It's paid off because he looks great. He looks great.
Looks great. And you know the crazy thing is because basically he fit BYU like Pope's system because
Yeah.
that's what we that's what he wanted with Williams. Why you think Williams got all these assists? He was running a point center position,
Right.
and that's exactly what Miss Khalifa is.
Right.
Only thing difference is he can shoot the three, and Williams can't.
Right.
So and who else likes that? Kelsey. So when
Right.
he's out there, he wants to be able to spread you out so thin that the center can shoot threes and pass. We can already see some shit that it's gonna be wicked.
Yeah.
It's gonna
Yeah.
be wicked.
I'm excited for the fall already, man. I'm
Right.
excited for the fall football season and basketball, man.
All
Shit.
that stuff. All that
Yeah.
stuff. We on it. Don said he had Cal Curry. Don, that's you know what? I'm done with you, bro. Anyway. Good evening, D. What's going on, D? How you doing?
What's up, D?
Yes, sir. Yeah, man. But nah, see, it's going to get wicked. It's going to get wicked. That competition is going to be
Hey, practice is
ridiculous.
about to be a beast.
Ridiculous. Let's see. All right, let's go with there. Um, what we got here? Here it is, right here. Question. We ain't really had too many games like this. It's kind of odd, right? But whose number you calling for the last second shot, man, for the win, man? Who you said? What?
Mm.
Which play on the team you setting that play for? It's
I'm
gonna
setting
be.
up
It's
for
gonna be.
rain, man.
I was going to say it's gonna be Mr. Obvious, or it's gonna be somebody else. You said Rain.
Nah, you got to go with rain, man, because every time he shoots, I mean, aside from this last game where he was sick and he didn't have his legs, but every time he lets it go, you think it's going in. So you set up a play for him, even like the before the halftime call. I forgot which game it was.
Oh, it
Was it
was
Notre
last.
Dame? I might
It
want
was
to
Notre
say
Dame. Yeah, Notre Dame.
Notre Dame. The right
Mm-hmm.
before half, man, just he got a sliver of an inch and let it go and went in. So I think, man, you gotta run a play for him. And PK's good at setting plays out of timeouts
Right.
and whatnot, and setting plays up for him. So I think you got to go with Mr. Obvious, man, Rain Smith.
I like that. I like that. You know, and to me, Mr. Obvious was Chucky, but I see Chucky with the dime. I see Chucky with the
Okay.
dime on it, so I can see Rain. You can't go wrong. To me, man, I love that 5 out, either that 5 out and give it to Hadley. Let him
Yeah.
create.
Can't go
Let him
wrong.
do it.
Yeah.
Let
Yeah.
him do because he's probably
Back
either gonna get
down.
fouled. He's either gonna get fouled. Or he's gonna get that layup. Or he's gonna do that jump hook,
Yeah.
whatever. And now that he's hitting threes at a
Whew.
great space, it's hard to guard him.
It
It's
is.
hard as a coach. Who you putting on him? You put a guard on him. He's taking his ass to the woodshed. You bring a big one. He's gonna go around him. So yeah, I
Yeah.
love that. I mean, it's yeah. And plus, you know what? The confidence that we have in this coaching staff to have the plays for him means a lot, brother. Means a lot.
You know who he reminds me of? He's a maybe a little more offensive minded Dwayne Sutton. Remember Sutton?
No, I know you're talking about. I was just ingesting it. Um, I just think he's more complete offensive player than Dwayne Sutton.
Yeah. That's why I say he's an upgrade, more
Yeah,
offensive
big
minded
time.
player. Yeah.
Right. I think Sutton was more of a perimeter, even though he played low, but as far as defender, like he can really get in your
Yeah.
stuff a little bit more than that. But on the offensive side, dude, so he's so superior to him on that one. But I get it. I get it. I mean,
Both
Sutton was
dogs. Most definitely both dogs.
yeah, junkyard dogs, big
Right.
time, big time. Oh, man, NCAA tournament second round. Would you rather have St. John's and Lex or Kentucky and Cleveland?
I'd rather have Kentucky and Cleveland. For one, it'd be a revenge game. Two, Rick Pitino's one of the best to do it. You know what I'm saying? Once he gets time to prepare,
But he
and
won't
you know what I'm
have time
saying,
to. But in the second round, he won't have that much time to prepare, though.
he won't have that much time. You right about that. But Rick is just a technician, and like you said, the only thing about Rick now they can't score.
Yeah,
They can't score. They play great defense,
great defense.
but they can't score.
I like it. I like what you said. I love it because Kentucky, even if they get the people back, they defense sucks.
Right.
And that is just the revenge. Like, we're not. You are what you are. The thing with St. John's is that, like you said, the scoring. When I watched the game, like they beat UConn, which everybody's beating UConn. They beat UConn today, and they scored some points, but it's a whole bunch of. It just reminded me when he was first here. Let's put it that way.
Right.
So
Right.
they're gonna play hard. They're gonna do what they gotta do, but they don't scare. I mean, when you watch it, they don't scare you.
Right.
But you're gonna have to have more. Like what scared me with St. John is that they're gonna press you 24/7.
Yeah.
So you're gonna need more than Chucky to help you out. Can
Yeah.
Terrence Edwards withstand that heat? Can Rain?
Because he's gonna bring it.
Oh, he's gonna bring it. You're gonna have to use Hadley and Abubakar to bring that ball up, point blank. Because otherwise,
Yeah.
they come in. This team, the scary thing. Let me say this: the scary thing about Rick's team is that this is a team that if he's continued to build, this is probably one of his weakest St. John's team. Even though he had a team last year that was weaker than that.
Yeah.
When he gets the talent in there, then that's when you really be scared.
Good. Yeah. Yeah.
But I
Because
would
he
take
got
Kentucky
New
and
York
Cleveland.
on watch.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, I think the
He
I
got.
think
He got. Yeah. I would too. Because I thought we played them about best as we could under circumstance. We was just learning to play without three people that we had lost,
right.
and we played the dog heck out of them. You know what I mean?
Right. To get 85, lose 93, 85. I just think that's a totally different team. I think Louisville's a totally different team. I think I'll take that one too.
Yeah.
With that one, you just don't know. It is what it is. But
But it's
hey,
gonna happen.
but
You can kind of count on one of
it's gonna-
those.
one of them are happening. But I'd rather play Rick in the second round versus the first round because that.
Oh yeah.
And I'm not counting the playing games, guys. So you can be like, well, really, the second round is the first time that. Now I'm talking about the you got
Actual
the
second round.
Thursday, yeah, not that playing shit. I'm talking about where you ain't got Rick doing because of Rick on the whole week, and then we're gonna see really what Kelsey's about, his preparations and stuff like that. So we can really learn a lot about stuff. But yeah, I think Kentucky would be the one that I would go with just because, it is what it is. All right, Tuesday night, guys. We got Louisville going to Virginia Tech, 9 p.m. Virginia Tech is doo-doo water. Virginia Tech actually is 12 and 15, 7 and 9. It's in Blacksboro. Blacksburg. We done play there. Metro fighting and all kinds of stuff like that. So we'll see what's going on with that one. Louisville 21 and 6, 14 and 2. So we'll see what's going on with that one real quick before we get off here. Bump. What's the keys to win this game?
Man, go in there and bust them. Leave no doubt from the beginning. I love how we come out and jump on teams and get it over early. That's the thing. Go in there and do what you're supposed to do against this team that's terrible, and don't let up on them. Like Mika say, stop. I want to step on their necks.
Step on their
So
neck.
you step on their neck, man, and get it over with early and be done with it. Come on back home and get ready for the next game.
I know that. What's going on? Hey, Miss Bob, what's going on? How you doing? How you doing? WEB the boys. That's the head coach Alexander's mama. How you doing? Uh,
Okay.
I'm gonna say this. I think we go down there because I know we see what the end game is. It's about building the seed. Let's
Right.
people got a 7 seed. We need to get that six. We need to get that number 5 or 6 seed. We need to keep on rocking and rolling with
Yeah.
that. Take care of business. Everybody stay healthy. Get that flu out your system. I think we go down there. They're gonna be the crowd's gonna be wild like always. Um, Good experience, but I just think we just on a whole different level. We know what we need to do. So I think what's the score
Right.
you thinking, Bump? What score you got?
I'm gonna go 87-75.
Ooh, damn. I, I'm gonna go. I'm gonna use your 75. I'm gonna use 77-62. Louisville, go ahead and take care of
Okay.
business. We'll take care of business. All right, my brother. What you leaving the people with?
I'm leaving people with shout out to my girl Mickey J. Hope you feeling better. Uh, and go cards.
Go cards. You Mika J out. Heads off to Mile Wide Beer Company, one of the sponsors of the show, Vinyl Empire. Don't forget, like you can do the stars, but you can also we got Cash App, we got Venmo, and we have PayPal, 54 Sports Network. Thanks everybody for the love and support you guys do. We really appreciate you.
No
Uh,
doubt.
Go cards, do what you got to do. Mickey J, get better. We holla at y'all. We are out. Peace.
Peace.